But yeah, do you want to talk about the pirate thing?
Yes. So basically, I can't remember what happened, but Colin did something for me, and in return, I had to make an entire campaign of D&D and run it. And I spent like
Yeah,
multiple days just spending a bunch of time creating it. I made a map and a bunch of characters, and it really isn't as good as it could have been, and I needed to work on it more, and I am working on it more.
it was
But
fun. I
basically,
liked it.
well, no, it was good, but the pacing was bad, and they needed more characters. Like, I just don't have
Yeah,
any good characters, really.
I also think that it was like there's times whenever I was like, all right, guys, I have an idea, and then I was immediately outshadowed by everyone else. Like
That's just regular D&D.
yeah, okay, you have a point, but
What's important is that, and then immediately in the first campaign, by the end, they got a pirate ship that they needed to travel around since it's a like different sea campaign. And what
wait, wait,
happened?
before we get to that, can we talk about the fight? Because the fight was actually like incredibly fun. You did
Oh,
really,
okay.
really well.
Basically, there's this guy named Chris who, they were on the first island. I can't remember the name, and I don't care. But basically, they've been caught, and they are now slaves. Ah,
Yes,
but not yet. They're
essentially.
still being sold to the highest bidder. What the actual hell? I'm just gonna come back. Thank you. Basically, they're being sold to the highest bidder, and they wake up in prison. So they're not being sold yet, but they're in prison. What
Oh,
happens is they break out of prison, and they basically figure out that Chris is the important person of the island. He's the villain, and he runs a
yeah,
fight club. And then they go in, and Chris is this like fucking crazy man barbarian person who doesn't who like can just kick your absolute shit in. And basically he makes
yeah,
some sort of
very
bet
strong.
because Chris is very emotional and doesn't care about whatever. So instead of just being like, "Hey, get back in your cell," instead he's like, "Hey, I'll make you a bet." So he's gonna give him his either give everyone his ship or some other thing, probably save slavery. But again, and basically what happens is they get into an epic fight, and so it's in this giant arena that has a bunch of like balcony and staircase things surrounding it, and they're in a
Mhm.
giant pit. And basically, Chris starts breathing fire.
Yeah, I remember. So, I played I forget the name of the race, but it was basically like a bird person, like the Rito from Legend of Zelda, and so I was that, and I was a cleric, so I could essentially just fly around and heal people. It was very, very fun. But um, so what happened was I have a feat that, based off of my backstory, I have essentially a thing that allows me that I can. It's a lot easier for me to get people on my side to work with me and basically just have them feel bad for me. And so, of course, they thought to themselves, yes, what would it be the smartest idea to put against this big, beefy man who could easily beat us all? That's right, let's put the cleric against. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, there's no way I'm going to beat this boss because this man is strong. And so what I do is I look at the crowd and I'm like, guys, you guys really just let this man run you around. And they basically do a big speech. I think I had to roll performance on that, and I succeeded.
Yeah, of course you
We
would
basically
have.
had like, I had the, we
Dude,
had like
I'm
the
just not doing
entire.
well in this match. Like, I'm just not.
Okay, that was kind of. But yeah, it was like, it was very so much just like, we got everyone to work
Dude,
with
you
us.
let me get the up smash.
We got like
Okay,
everyone.
sorry. Keep explaining.
We basically got everyone in the arena to work with us and get us out. And yeah, I basically just convinced everyone, yes, let's make an uprising and beat this big bad man. So that was very fun. I remember we had to like try and escape, and everyone was taking their sweet time to get out. And I was like, oh,
Dude!
perfect. Amazing. But yeah. Um, so then after that, we went to our ship, right? We won the ship from that.
No, I need to
And
explain this. I need to explain this.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
beat him epically, and it was honestly really good. And what happened is that they went back to the ship and they got it, and it was covered in corpses. The whole point is that Chris just disregards life.
Oh no.
So basically, they go into the ship, and it's covered in dead bodies, and they start to explore the ship, and Otter starts cleaning up the bodies. And I think to myself, well, I didn't have this planned, but there should be like an NPC here, you know, who like knows the islands a little bit. So I decide that one of the corpses isn't actually a corpse and is alive. So Otter's cleaning stuff up, and then I say, you pick up one of the corpses, and it says, please, help. Otter then immediately responds by saying, I kill him and throw him overboard. At that point, I can't stop him, but everyone gets upset at him in the fourth wall.
Ow.
And basically what happens is I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then next turn I just get another one that says, like, please help me. And he kills it again after I explicitly told him not to. Breaking the fourth wall just so that he doesn't murder someone for no reason. So then the third time it happens, literally the crew has to come up and stop him. And they actually get the NPC. And then Otter spent the rest of the session being like upset about it and then didn't want to play anymore. Was there another reason? I can't remember. I think it's because she ate his fish or some shit.
No, it was because you wouldn't let him have his item.
Oh yeah, basically the moment that Otter learned that we were doing a water campaign, he was like, I'm going to forcefully incorporate this item that gives me really good swimming abilities, despite the fact that wasn't he also a bird? What was he?
No, I don't think it was. I think it was he was a bard. I remember that. I think he was
I
a
remember
dwarf or an elf or something.
Regardless, he basically was just trying to incorporate that into his backstory. Damn it, why'd you have to hit yourself with the can? Just for that. And I was kind of being a meanie head, and then literally when he got so pissed that he would have had to pay for it because I said it went up on a shelf. He was so pissed that he had to pay for it that he was about to quit. And I was like, I mean, you can just get it now, actually. And then he's like, nope, I'm done. And then we stopped playing.
Yep. It sucked.
It was really annoying. I'm
really.
really I want a D&D campaign with my friends. Like, doing it with some random people at school I don't know is fine, and we've only done one session.
You should work on some one-shots. I think one-shots would be pretty good.
Yeah. But that's the story of D&D, I guess.
Yeah.